Wow, I'm so impressed with this. I don't even think I've ever given a 9.5 on my channel, but this is a 9.5. This is their sesame mochi milk tea. Look how cute that is. Hi everyone! In today's video, we are doing a new rendition of our Trying Every series on this channel. So if you're new to this channel, I usually do this series where I try every blank in blank. So I've done like trying every boba shop in San Francisco, trying every boba shop in South Bay, as well as trying every popcorn chicken in San Francisco. And these series can range from having part 1 all the way to part 4. It really just depends on how you guys like the series. So if you want to see a part 2 in any of these, always make sure you comment it below because I read all of them, and give this video a thumbs up as well because that really helps me know that you guys like this stuff. So we are gonna try every xiaolongbao, also known as soup dumplings, in San Francisco. For this soup dumpling video, I'm gonna have 3 rating criteria. So 1 is the skin, because that is really important in a soup dumpling. You don't want it to be too thick, but you also don't want it to like break apart, you know? You want it to keep all the soup inside. And the second rating criteria is the soup itself, like how juicy is it, how soupy is it? And the third criteria is the flavor, because even if you have a lot of soup and you have good skin, if the flavor doesn't taste good, then it's still not a good soup dumpling. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into this trying every soup dumpling in San Francisco. Alright, so we just stopped by the first stop, which is Dumpling Time, and I actually have never been here before. I know it's really shocking because they're super popular, but I've heard really good things about it. And of course, you already know I have to bust out my handy dandy card table, which I always have linked in the description. But yeah, so what we have here is definitely not a traditional xiaolongbao, but I've heard really good things about this. It's called the Tom Yum xiaolongbao, and it has this red skin. I'm just so excited to try it. One thing I do want to tell you guys is I'm trying my best to eat them at the prime time, because if you wait too long to eat xiaolongbao, the soup will soak up into the skin and it just won't be as good. So today I'm gonna have to work really fast at each place. So how I like to eat xiaolongbao is I usually like to bite a little hole on the side, and then I'll suck up all the juice, or I'll pour it in my spoon and drink it from my spoon, and then I would eat the rest as a whole bite. And usually I also like to use like vinegar and chili sauce and stuff, but since I have to work fast, I'm just gonna go ahead and eat it in its pure form. Oh my god, really juicy already. There's definitely a good amount of soup in there. It was really nice and juicy, and the skin is actually pretty thin and it holds up pretty well. I'm not really sure if I really taste much tom yum. I don't know if it's supposed to be like the juice and the soup that's supposed to taste tom yummy, because when I think of tom yum, I think of really strong flavor, and I did not get a really strong tom yum flavor from the xiaolongbao. But that being said, it's still really good, and I would definitely recommend it. Now I'm curious to try it next to their original pork xiaolongbao to see like how different the taste is. So for the skin, I definitely was pretty impressed with how thin the skin was while not breaking apart. Like, of course, when you're handling xiaolongbaos, you have to be quite careful that you don't break the skin, especially during these takeout times, you know? So I definitely would give it like an 8. And the flavor, although it didn't taste like tom yum, it definitely did taste good. This is completely like a personal preference type of thing, but since I got a little hint of that ginger, and ginger is literally like my least favorite food in the whole world, I'm gonna have to, you know, dock a little bit. But even then, I would still say that the flavor, I would give like a 7.5. I think I would definitely give it a little bit higher if it did taste like tom yum. I just feel like the title was a little bit misleading. And finally, for the juiciness, I think I would give it a solid 8, even though, you know, we're doing takeout and stuff and the soup tends to absorb into the skin, but I didn't find that was the case in this one. So overall, really impressed with the first stop already, but we have many more xiaolongbaos to try in this video, so let's head to the second stop. Alright, so we just stopped by the second stop, which is called Dumpling Home, and it is relatively new. It's in Hayes Valley, but I've heard really good things about it, so it's been on my list for a while, and today is the perfect time to try it out. So here I have the numb and spicy pork xiaolongbao, and I decided to try this one because 1, I heard it was really good, and 2, it's super unique. Like, just by looking at it, you can see that there's some like red and orange color inside. I don't know, I'm kind of confused, but it looks really promising because the skin looks really thin, because we can even see like the juice inside. So I'm gonna carefully try to pick one up and make sure it does not break. Ooh, oh my gosh, look at that. The signature xiaolongbao sag. That's how you know it's a good one. It's like filled with juice and stuff, and it has pretty thin skin. Ooh, they are not kidding when they say That soup is spicy, but holy moly, that is really good. It's so flavorful. It's spicy. It hit the back of my throat, so I'm a little bit in pain, but it's like a good kind of pain, you know? I am so impressed and shocked by this soup dumpling. It's so unique. The skin is definitely thin and it doesn't break. Oh, right as I said that, it broke. Despite what just happened, it actually is a very sturdy, I don't know if sturdy is the right word, but it's the word that is coming to mind right now. What I'm trying to say is that it's decently thin and it doesn't break easily. I think I was just not very careful that one time, but wow. I'm so impressed with this. So let's go ahead and give this a rating. Starting off with the flavor, I think you guys can already tell I loved it. I definitely think it's like a 9 or a 9.5 even. I don't even think I've ever given a 9.5 on my channel, but this is a 9.5. I think the skin, it might be a little tiny bit thicker than the first place, but it holds it better in my opinion. Like when I think of an authentic xiaolongbao skin, I feel like it's more like this than the first one. So I would give the skin like an 8.5, and the juiciness, I definitely would give like a 9 too. All right, well, these dumplings really set the standard high for the rest of them, but we definitely have more to taste test, so let's head to the third stop. Okay, so I'm sorry, but I totally forgot to take footage of me picking it up and footage of the restaurant, so I decided to make a little DIY version at home, so I hope you enjoy. Alright, so we just stopped by the third stop, which is Dragon Beaux. But this is a really popular dim sum spot in the city. Ooh, this smells really good. So there's 5 different kinds of xiaolongbao. It's called the Five Guys xiaolongbao. So I had to go on their website to find their menu to figure out which xiaolongbao is which. So the natural skin one is just juicy pork, which is the original. The red one is beet skin and it has beef inside. The yellow one is turmeric skin and it has crab roe. And the green one has spinach skin and inside is kale. And the black one has squid ink skin and inside is black truffle. All right, so let's just go ahead and try it. I'm excited for this truffle one. Admittedly, I'm not the biggest truffle fan, but I just feel like this one seems very intriguing. So let's go ahead and try it. Oh wow. Surprisingly, I like that one better than I thought I would, because I actually had truffle xiaolongbao at Din Tai Fung before and I wasn't a huge fan, but this one is definitely a lighter truffle flavor than that one and it complements the pork xiaolongbao really well. They put just enough in there to make a difference, but it's not like overwhelmingly truffle, which I like. I'm gonna go ahead and try this crab roe one. Wow, that one's pretty good too. I'm like surprised that they can make so many different kinds and they're all pretty decent from what I've tried so far. I will say that for these, they are definitely less juicy than the first two places. When I bite into it, there is some juice, but it's just not as juicy as I would like my xiaolongbao to be, you know? But yeah, the skin is decent, like it's thin and it doesn't really break that easily, so that's good. So overall for these, I think I'd give the skin around an 8. And the flavor, I think my favorites of the 5 were the truffle one and also the crab roe one. But you know, it definitely takes skill to have 5 different xiaolongbaos and them all taste pretty decent. So I think I'd give the flavor like an 8 as well. And for the juiciness, I'd give the juiciness like a 7. Like it was decently juicy, but definitely not as juicy as the first two places. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the xiaolongbao. Eating all these xiaolongbao is making me crave boba, because you know, after you eat like dim sum or after you eat Korean barbecue, like with your friends or your family, you always crave boba after. So I think it's about time for a boba break, so let's head over right now. Alright, so we just got some boba from Tea Hut. This is their sesame mochi milk tea. And then it comes with this cute little stick of mochi. And we're supposed to like dip it in this soy cream on top. So you're supposed to just have it like that. Look how cute that is. So we're supposed to like dip it and then just eat the mochi like that. Ooh. That soy cream is really good. It kind of reminds me of like a cheese foam type of vibe, except I guess it's made with soy. But I want to go ahead and try the milk tea with the boba as well. And of course, I'm using my Feed Meimei boba straw. I also wanted to take this time to say thank you guys so much for all the support on this boba straw collab. And I just really appreciate all the support you guys have shown me. And I literally cannot even express how much I appreciate you guys and how much I love you guys. So yeah, if you guys haven't checked it out yet, I will leave a link in the description. And if you guys did end up purchasing one, then please tag me in like an Instagram story or something. I would love to see it. So I just wanted to say a little thank you before I start trying this boba drink. You know, I've been to Tea Hut like a million times, and I usually don't get boba in their drinks. Like I usually go for their fruit drinks and stuff, because I think I've gotten the boba enough times, and every single time I get it, it's just okay. Like nothing special. It's not even particularly chewy or anything. But that being said, the drinks themselves at Tea Hut are really, really high quality. So that's what keeps me coming back here. So overall, this was a fun drink. I did like the soy cream and the mochi part, but the milk tea and the boba part was like kind of mess. I think if you're interested in it, then definitely try it out. But at the same time, I wouldn't say, oh my god, you guys have to get it right now. So anyway, this was a nice little boba break, but now let's get back to the Xiaolongbao. Alright, so we just stopped by the 4th Xiaolongbao stop, which is called Dumpling Kitchen, and I saw online that they have a lot of reviews, so I decided to come check it out. And I've actually tried another Xiaolongbao place not too far from here called Dumpling Specialist in a video, and I'll link it in the cards if you want to check that out. Oh my gosh, this thing is really hot and steamy. So I know at the previous places we got some more not traditional xiaolongbao flavors, but here I went ahead and got the normal traditional Shanghai xiaolongbao. And something that's worth noting is this place is definitely more affordable than the others. This one was 10 pieces for 10.80, so that's definitely on the more affordable side compared to all the other xiaolongbaos we had today. Let's see if I can pick one up without breaking it. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. Oh no, it broke. Immediately I could tell that the skin wasn't gonna be as like durable or sturdy as the others, because it just has like a different look to it. I really don't know how to describe it. It just looks less smooth and more breakable. Oh man, sometimes I wonder why I'm even a food blogger. It does have a nice flavor, and I do think it's a pretty solid, like basic xiaolongbao. Even though a lot of the soup leaked out, when I was eating the pork, it definitely had some nice juiciness to it, and it for sure has a good pork flavor as well. So let me just try this again, hoping that it will not break this time. So I'm gonna bite off the top and then drink the juice first. So you can definitely see there at the top that the skin is thicker than the rest of the dumplings we had today. But yeah, they're still decently yummy. Like they're a good, solid, basic xiaolongbao. So for the rating, I would say that the skin, I would definitely put it lower than the rest of the other xiaolongbaos for today. So I think I'd give the skin maybe like a 6.5. And the flavor, I would give about a 7. Like it's not bad, but it's nothing mind-blowing. And for the juiciness, I do think that it has a decent amount of juice inside, but the thing is that the skin rips apart way more easily. So it's like, what's the point of having the juice inside if the skin is just gonna rip and then all the juice comes out? But if you do get one where the juice stays all inside, I would give the juiciness like a 7. Whew, I have eaten so many dumplings today, but we do have one more spot left that I want to share with you guys. So let's head to the last stop. Okay, so we just stopped by the last stop, which is called Shanghai House in the Richmond district, and the sun is literally going down as I speak, so this one might be a bit quick. So I actually ended up getting 2 things here. One of them is of course the xiaolongbao, which I've never tried from this place before, but I have been here and gotten their sungjinbao before, which is basically a pan-fried pork dumpling or pork bun. And oh my gosh, I just have to show you how glorious this looks. Oh my goodness, do you guys see that? So crispy on the bottom. It smells so good. Like it's literally filling up the whole car with the aroma. Oh my gosh. Of course we got the xiaolongbao, and yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and try it out. Let's be very careful. These skins actually look pretty durable and sturdy. There is not nearly as much soup in this one. Let me just try another one to see if it was just that one that I had. Yeah, these ones definitely have less soup, but the meat is so juicy. The skin is not bad. It's not as thin as the other ones in the beginning. The flavor in this one is definitely different, like compared to the last place, Dumpling Kitchen. At both places, we got a normal xiaolongbao, and at that place, It was pretty standard. This one, the flavor is definitely different. I feel like flavor-wise, I actually prefer Dumpling Kitchen better, but I mean, these are not bad by any means. But what I really want to show you guys is their Sungjin Bao. Like, look at how crispy that is. Look at that. You can see that this one is more of a dumpling wrapper than a bao that you would usually see in other restaurants that serve Sungjin Bao. So this one's like really thin and crispy. Oh my gosh, it's so good. If you guys ever come here, definitely make sure you get the Sungjin Bao. It's really worth it. These Sungjin Baos are so good, but you know, this is a Xiaolong Bao video, not a Sungjin Bao video. So we have to rate solely on the Xiaolong Baos. So for these Xiaolong Baos, I think I would give the skin about a 7.5. And the juiciness, I would give around a 7. It was definitely decently juicy. The flavor though, I prefer the last spot. So I'd give these like a 6.5 on the flavor, but I think it's really subjective. So yeah, we are totally full of dumplings at this point. If you like this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell so you get notified when I upload. Give this video a thumbs up, and here is today's comment shout out. Thank you so much for your support, and if you want to be in the next video's comment shout out, make sure you comment something down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! Yay! We beat the sun!
Nice.
It's called the Tom Young Tom Young? Not Tom Old, but Tom Young.